Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Dear viewers across the planet, I greet you with the greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be with you. Ameen. Dear viewers, welcome to this program, a program that motivates and invites everybody to learn and to know more and more about, simply because the message after this is that treasures, everybody is waiting to get some treasures. I myself, one of those who wait for similar programs to learn and to take as many miracles and as many lessons, as many benefits from this. We call them treasures. They are much precious and much more valuable than what we know, because they are the words of Almighty Allah, and we are all eager to learn from Him. He is the only one who teaches us the truth. All other lessons are questionable simply because they are human. They are not divine. And those humans, they err. We know that they make errors and they make mistakes, whether it is intentional or non-intentional, yet it's not authentic, very authentic. It needs a lot of work to reach authenticity. Now in this program, we give you one ayah from the Quran. Usually it is a very simple ayah that's perhaps between 5 and 20 words, so that you would learn it, understand it, and see what the beauty in it, appreciate it, understand it, and then start sharing it, start your responsibility, and start sharing it with other humans. Because we want every human being to be educated. We want every human being to know their Lord, the true God who created them. We want them to know that, because this is something that will really affect the planet positively. It will make all the people educated, and they know who is their Lord, and they would direct themselves to worship Him truly, genuinely. This is what we aim from this program. There are many other programs that are similar to this, yet still we are not filling the gaps that need to be filled. We need a lot of effort and a lot of cooperation, and I hope that you will be part of the team, will be part of this responsible team that's responsible for teaching human beings the truth. I'm taking one verse, selecting one verse that requires some reflection like all other verses. Without reflections, without asking questions, you will not get the level that you expect. The more questions you have and the more reflective questions you have, the more benefit you get. And this way other people can get benefit from you because you got the benefit and you were taking the lead. I hope, inshallah, all of us would take a part and would be responsible for teaching others. Dear viewers, it's chapter number 67 that has plenty of these ayat, but I selected only one because it would draw the attention, people, of knowing to some extent how this universe around us works. Look at, for example, at the birds. Try to imagine this Quran talks about the birds in details. Perhaps all of us have seen the birds, whether they are pigeons or eagles or whatever you call them. We have seen them somehow flying. The Quran here, in this ayah, chapter number 67, ayah number 19, where it tells us that أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى الطَّيْرِ فَوْقَهُمْ صافات ويقبضن ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير. Have not they seen the birds flying, extending their wings and getting them back and shrinking them? This is the way how they fly. Who carries them? Who holds them? Who holds them from falling? They extend and shrink, and in this way they can fly without falling on the ground. Who is the one who holds them? Wow, it's a very good question. Nobody carries them except Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who makes this happen, and every human being, perhaps all of them, have seen this experience in their life many times. And it's a beautiful scene when you see it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees everything in this universe, whether they are flying in the east or in the west, whether they are flying over the islands or on the shore or on the land. Wherever they are, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees them, and He controls this from wherever they go, whenever they go, wherever they go. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has control to secure them. Isn't that amazing? I know that a lot of us are very happy and pleased and so delightful to enjoy seeing such things that we see in many TV programs and on, for example, geographical programs. They are amazing. I know most of the people around me, all of them, when they see that, they show their happiness and their admiration. They like it and they express that. But they do not go beyond this level. Oh, this is beautiful. This is amazing. Look at this. They all use all these terms to show that they are really surprised to see that. Yet, they stop at this level. They don't go beyond this. They don't ask themselves, who made them fly? Who trained these birds to fly? Who is the one who holds them from falling down on the ground? Who is this? So as I said, that they reach only a level of appreciating the beauty of this, which is something good, but they don't go beyond this. They prevent themselves from going beyond this because it is the Creator. They have to admit that the Creator is the one who created them with this quality. To the degree it becomes so amazing when we know that these birds, small birds or big birds, they teach the humans with their small brains, yet they are capable of teaching us. Look at these airplanes that are huge airplanes that can carry many humans inside them. Hundreds, perhaps around 1,000, or it may be in the future more than this. You see, those engineers and technicians and skillful people who work at these companies to work together to produce one bird-like machine, to produce an airplane, for example. Where did they get this model? Yes, they studied many years in colleges and in universities to get the design. And most of the designs, if not all of them, are or look like the designs of birds. They look like birds. When you see even from them from distance, you might think that these are birds. Yes, they emulate the birds. They imitate birds. These big machines with those engineers behind them and those technicians and those designers behind them, all of them learned this from the birds, from the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's something really makes you very happy that you believe in Allah. You believe in the creator of everything. Who holds them? This is the question. Who made the training for them? Have you ever seen some human training those birds everywhere in the world? Who is the one who did this training for all of them? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by default made it part of their creation, that they have the ability to fly in such a beautiful way. And you can see all the strategies that they make. By default, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this in them. It's amazing. You see, if one of them is tired, it leaves the design. It goes to the end to take rest, because whenever it is in the front, it requires more power and more energy. So it becomes weak, then it goes back to the end. Who taught her that? Have you ever seen the father bird or the mother bird teaching all these 20 or 100 birds or even more birds in a training camp or somewhere in the world? We've never seen that. But all the birds across the globe, wherever they are, they learn this and they do this, because it is what? The creation of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them with this quality. They are equipped with this ability to maneuver and to fly up and down and to move their wings in certain ways that requires intensive skills that they are born with, they are created with. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is one of the ayat that tells us you have to focus. Most of the people focus and they see that. They see the same thing as you see and as I see. And they can see that without going into real life, just by seeing this screen of National Geographic or any other screen, or even on the internet and laptop. They can see that by themselves and they can read. They fly in a V-shaped. Who taught them to do that? Tell me, where is the training camp so that I can send my birds to go there and get this training? But you don't need to this. And this really strengthens your iman, your belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is Allah who has created all these millions, if not billions, of birds and millions of creatures and billions of creatures, and He is the one who equipped them with specific qualities that make them differ from others, to the degree that even the minor birds and the minor insects and the minor creatures that Allah created, you see them, we can see that, you learn from them. You learn from the ants, you learn from the bees, how they work together to produce honey. You learn this and this and this, yet you are not like them. You cannot produce honey. You cannot do this and this and this and this. But you can learn many lessons from them. This comes to you only, you acquire this when your heart and mind are opened to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells you. When you believe that Allah is the creator and He is taking care of everything in this universe, you feel very secure and you feel very happy and very comfortable. So these ayat, do you think that they are worthy the billions that you may pay to learn? Yes. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so generous that He gave us the ability to learn from these creatures many lessons and many things in our life. And we consider them creatures that they are weaker than us. Yet, it is true that Allah honored human being, because the human being has this reasoning and has the ability to think deeply and deeply. So, my focus today is on how you really use what you have, the talents and the abilities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you with, so that to benefit. You always need to have these questions in your life. Who is the one behind this? Definitely, after a short time from being an obedient to Almighty Allah, your heart is open to the truth and you become very, whenever you see such a thing is happening, you say, Subhanallah, glory be to Allah, because you realize that He is the one who has this power to make these birds fly without falling down, to see these insects acting in everywhere, even in the ocean, in the very deep waters around you. You see those kinds of living things that are there, and they are created, all of them, with the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why don't we spend some time studying these things from a Muslim perspective, from an Islamic perspective, which is something innate in you, it's inside you. You're not going to buy it, you are not going to learn it. Yes, once you know it, once this kind of relationship between the Creator and the creation, and you understand how the world works, you become so happy to understand millions of things around you without studying biology, without studying geography, without studying this and that. Yes, this may help you a little bit or may push you, but you need the guidance first. And you start looking for some books that teach you guidance. And it is there. It is in your hand. It is this book that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defined to all of us. That is a book of guidance. It guides you. And then once you are guided, you start seeing things and explain to you, and you make the connection between what is happening and how this world works and how this life, the entire life works, because there's a great power. It's Allah. Allahu Akbar is behind everything, and He's the one who runs and takes care of everything in this universe. We do thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for showing us this kind of guidance, because it makes our life meaningful. And we continually ask Allah to continually teach us and guide us to see the truth more and more, and to give us the ability to share it with others. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.